Okay, now let's take a look at repair order number 13441, and it's got a overpayment or a negative as $2,351.56. Now the one thing that's unique about this is we're running this report in October, and this payment date is as of January the 2nd. So if we look at this, we notice that there's no invoice in here for the payment. Now what that's telling me is this payment was made after the beginning of the year, and this sale or the invoice might have been the prior year sale. And since we started this particular QuickBooks at this year, this sale did not have any transfer into QuickBooks at this point, so now it's showing that it's an overpayment. In essence, what we're going to end up to validate this in CCC is to make sure that the repair order was closed in the prior year. And if it was, we are just going to create a opening balance for or a opening accounts receivable for this job dated the day before the company file starts, which our start date on this file is January 1st, 2020. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up an opening balance of this amount, provided two things. A, the repair order did close in the prior year, and B, that there's no additional balance due. If there is additional balance still due, then the accounts receivable will be increased until this, instead of being a negative, would then show a positive number. So let's go over to CCC, and I have also already opened this up to make it easier and quicker for us to take a look at it. So we're in this repair order, and there is no balances due, so we know that that $2,351.56 that was received on January 1st did zero out the accounts receivable. We also note that there was a $150 payment made in December of last year. So now to take a look, we can go up into the view and go to the accounting activity, and we can see that in this invoice that was dated on 12/26, that was actually stopped because we did prevent anything from coming in to QuickBooks prior to the start date, which is January 1st. So the original invoice was $2,500. The $150 was received last year, and the balance that was due at the end of last year for this year is $2,351.56. So this is pretty straightforward. All we actually have to do is create an invoice, as I said, for the accounts receivable at the end of last year. So what we want to do is we go up to Invoice. We want to create a customer invoice in here. So Invoice button. We want to find that repair order, which was 13441. And we do have the customer in here because we received a payment. And what we want to do is we want to change this date to the day right before the opening of the company file. The invoice number will always be the same as the repair order number. Now at this point, what we want to do is we have a special entry in here, opening, and you'll notice it comes in opening balance. So what we want to do is put the $2,351.56 as the opening balance. Now this isn't the total amount of the repair order, because we know that the repair order was $2,500, but that sale was a last year sale. The only items we're putting in is the amount of the accounts receivable as at the end of the year. And so now when we save and close this, we're going to notice it's before the closing period because we usually set that up. And the customer has available. We want this to always pop up. And so we've got the balance, and you'll notice that the repair order is gone. So basically, if we ran a balance sheet at the end of last year, we will show that that particular repair order had accounts receivable. and then when you receive the payment in January, it zeroed it out. That is what you do for any type of payments that you receive for a prior before the start of the company file.